returns to the south coast of New South Wales as St George Illawarra play host to Manly. The Dragons are attempting to become the first team in 2003 to record a win coming off the bye. But the big news in the camp is the return of captain Trent Barrett and centre Sean Timmins. Their inclusion in the backline complements an aggressive forward pack. Their coach is Nathan Brown. It's been a week the Sea Eagles would rather forget. Several changes to the 17 that was named last start. Brendan Reeves plays his first game for the year. Mark Shipway's 1-week suspension creates a reshuffle. Tony Jensen into the second row. Luke Williamson onto the bench in jersey number 18. And their coach, Peter Sharp. Your referee, who in fact celebrated a milestone last week, Stephen Clark. The Manly Sea Eagles running left to right and with the assistance of a very strong northerly breeze for the opening 40 minutes. It has been a week where passion and pride in Jersey have been mentioned. Early advantage, Dragons.
You don't think it would have taken Peter Sharp much to prepare the Eagles mentally for this one today after the criticism they copped from all areas. It wouldn't be easy for them to get ready for this game today.
The first attacking opportunity does go to the Dragons. Lance Thompson taking the tap and running old school style. Luke Bailey. His numbers have been fabulous, especially in defence so far in 2003. Riddell finds Furman. Barrett is out on the left-hand side. They will go to their go-to man this time. Riddell from dummy half. Inside ball to Trent Barrett. Johnny Cross, it would be the fairy tale start to his 250th. That is tackle 4, 10 metres from Rewards. A long ball. It finds Hassan Sailor. Nowhere to go. John Hopewadi, Kevin McGuinness. Both former Tigers in Sea Eagles jerseys up there to meet their former teammate. This is the 5th tackle. It goes to Furman, and it is high and looking for the wingers. High and perhaps a fraction too deep. So the option on the last, not ideal for the St George Illawarra Dragons, but territorially they're dominating.
Just like the pressure off there, the Dragons with a, well, you'd have to call it a poor kick from Brett Furman. Just went a little bit too long. Ideally, you want those crossfield bombs to land just on the try line.
Danny Lima charging into what appears to be a very enthusiastic Dragons defensive line. They are moving up. They're jamming this Manly attack. A very condensed unit. The famous Red V. Hopewadi, as Greg illustrated in the opener. A lot of work out of dummy half. His numbers have been good. Jason King charges onto the ball. Rewarded for his consistency and enthusiasm with a spot as one of 3 emerging New South Wales State of Origin players that will meet at Telstra Stadium for a one-day camp tomorrow. Blindside play. Plenty of work for the fullback Ben Hornby. Met by a pretty good line in the end. It was John Hopewadi affecting the tackle. Hassan Sailor.
Thank you, boys.
Tackled on the second. Plenty of work in front of the Dragons. Luke Bailey puts up his hand. He's met nicely by King. Again, they look to the right. In fact, John Cross sneaking up the blind side. Nowhere to go again.
Hold. Go.
Ian Donnelly. A young front row forward given his opportunity due to injury. An expansive football finds Mark Gasnier on the 5th, and a big kick into a strong breeze makes Brendan Reeves earn his keep. And a constructive set, it must be said, by the Dragons in difficult conditions, Brandy. That northerly is a ripper here.
It is very important for them to get good kicks away because the ball won't be travelling far. They'll be working a lot on their chase. They need to get down there and stop Manly coming inside their own half. But this breeze is very strong. Manly, on the other hand, need to hang on to the ball. They'll make the Dragons really suffer if they can keep the Dragons pinned down in their own half.
Danny Lima. As the ball goes to Luke Dawn, who puts it downfield with the wind assistance. Not the kick he would have been after. Ben Hornby. Met nicely in a tackle. Chad Randall, the chief tackler there. Hassan Sailor with the football. Tackled on 2. Mark Gasnier, who has been superb so far this year, as far as point scoring does go, but admittedly his form has been a little below the par. Nice second phase play. Riddell with the ball at the moment. He'll be tackled on the 4th. Some 45 metres out from the try line. Hornby at dummy half. Looking to expose a weakness around the ruck. Not on that occasion. Riddell goes left. Furman went right. Menzies, the tackler, in there applying the pressure on the dummy half. And a wasted opportunity for the Dragons, and Stephen Menzies' enthusiasm was rewarded. Stephen Clark very vocal in keeping these two physical packs apart in the early exchanges. Lima, busy, finds himself with an opportunity in the starting 13 due to the suspension of the squasher Grant Wooden. Again, Jason King, 42 metres out from the line. Tony Jensen into the starting 13 at the expense of the other judiciary casualty, Mark Shipway. Jason Ferris with a deft little kick. Finds the ground in between Hornby and Saylor, and Hornby's got a little bit of work to do if he wants to get out of the danger zone. Young Kevin McGuinness, a good tackle, leading the kick chase team, so the advantage is certainly with the Sea Eagles at the moment. If they can up and jam Greg Alexander, they're going to cause all sorts of problems running into a stiff breeze for the Dragons.
Certainly will. Commitment's one word that would have been spoken a lot about during the week at training at Manly Warringah, and that's something that they are showing in this early stages of the game. Very good signs. Kick chase is good, but with this strong breeze at their backs, their kicks need to be good, and they can put the Dragons under plenty of pressure. The Dragons, I think, will struggle to get out of their own end running into this stiff breeze.
Again, a relieving penalty. Ill-disciplined football from the Manly Sea Eagles, piggybacking the Dragons downfield. Riddell, Furman, big for a half-back. Brent Kite will put his hand up to work all day long. Donnelly. A three-man tackle from the Eagles just short of the halfway line. Luke Bailey. He has been the big improver in NRL football over the last 12 months. A fabulous Origin campaign in 2002. And as all but a certainty, one would think, in 2003 with State of Origin just a few weeks away. Trent Barrett. Ben Hornby wrapped up on the end of some Barrett handiwork. That is the 5th tackle. Furman on the right, Barrett on the left. There are options either way. They go to their halfback. A second-man ball to Lance Thompson. Looking for the inside runner. It all but ends in disaster for the Dragons. Back to Furman. Third phase play. And a chance of catching Brendan Reeves in goal here. Lance Thompson heading the chase. And good work from the second rower, who takes a disliking to the fullback. Frustration's boiling over, and the big boys want to get a part of it down at the northern end of the field. Brendan Reeves, fighting certainly out of his weight division, has got no idea why Lance Thompson vented his frustration at the fullback. Greg Alexander, can you see anything? Little whack in the head with the ball from Lance Thompson.
You've thrown the ball into his face. You retaliated. Now, if you hadn't have done that, he wouldn't have done what he did. So I see you as the instigator. It'll be a penalty to St George out here. Let's calm it down, all right?
Maybe it's my time spent as a ring announcer on Fox Sports, but I love a fiery start to a footy clash.
Well, no doubt they got it right too. Brendan Reeves just took offence of being pushed over the dead ball line.
Peter Sharp, who wouldn't mind a little bit of tough stuff and pride in Jersey. The Dragons opt to go for the 6 points as opposed to the 2 on offer. Adela dummy half, always dangerous. Furman inside to Kite, nowhere to go. Keep your eye on Riddell, the number 9. Can find the try line from close range. Brett Furman stutters. Tries left, tries right, almost volunteers in the tackle. Riddell to Barrett. Hornby, Gaznia. Tackle number 4, they haven't made any room. Thompson goes down the shallow side. Tackle number 5, the option is Furman. They go to Hornby, a deft little chip over into the left-hand corner. Hopewadi flies high, but not as high as Kite. Brilliant from the Dragons. Opportunistic football. The second rower, searching out wide, has been rewarded with first points.
was a good set of six by the Manly defence. Ben Hornby kicked the crossfield, a brilliant kick too, right on the try line. Hopper got up above everyone else, had the ball in his hands, bounced out into Brent Kite's hands, and they couldn't stop the big fella from there.
It just didn't seem Big Hopper timed that jump to perfection, Greg, and he paid the ultimate penalty. Took a while. They love it here at Wollongong. Through she goes, make it 14 from 14 for Mark Riddell. And St George Illawarra lead after 11 minutes, 6 points to 0. The scoreline might be disappointing for coach Peter Sharp, Greg Alexander, but the commitment and effort shown by his side wouldn't be of disappointing.
Well, they're on the wrong end of a possession rate that looks 71 to 29 too, so if Manly can turn it around and get some ball, we might see well, a different Manly outfit.
Oh! Trent Barrett and Ian Donnelly have been beaten by the bounce of a footy, the unpredictable bounce of an oval football.
Exactly what you don't want to see after 6 points on the board.
Standing there, scratching their heads. So Manly have the perfect opportunity to hit back at the 6 points just scored by the St George Illawarra Dragons. Not the drop out. The Dragons would have liked Jason King storming back into Mark Riddell. Two big men colliding here on the south coast. What more? Hopewadi at dummy half, decides to scamper himself, looks for support. Nicely taken by Hassan Sailor around the Nikes. Dawn. Inside ball to Ferris. Nowhere to go. Kite is there. So too Donnelly. Tackle number 4. They're 11 metres out. They go to Dawn. Boot to ball out wide. The Eagles are on the money. Benny McDougall comes up with points.
Well, just check the onside on the grounding, please.
We said they had to hit back, and they did just that.
Terrific little kick there by Luke Dawn. Did it on the 4th tackle to Amos Roberts. Still up in the defensive line. Ben McDougall flying through. Certainly had control of the ball.
Certainly grounded the ball. Is he onside?
No problems there.
As Peter Sharp hopes, but it doesn't matter what Sharpie thinks or what we think. It's what Chris Ward, our video referee here at Wollongong, thinks. And you will hear by the groan or the cheer in the crowd exactly what Chris Ward's decision is. 4 points to the Eagles. They strike back. And a smile all over the face of the Mad Pup. Younger brother of former international and no doubt future international Adam McDougall, who's been on the sidelines for the best part of the last 11 months with a knee injury. Fabulous little kick by Luke Dawn. They need to go to the break with a points advantage because of this win. But not like that. Ferris pushes it left. The score remains St George Illawarra 6, Manly 4. 14 minutes into this round 5 NRL clash. We hope you're enjoying the action as St George Illawarra tries to break what has become some type of hoodoo so far in 2003. No one has won coming off the bye. In fact, there's been some absolute thrashings in the first couple of rounds. They go into this match as firm favourite. In far better form than the Manly Seagulls at home and with 2 internationals back into their side. Riddell, a high kick, is looking for John Hopewadi. Finds Watmount. Again enthusiastic in the line of the Dragons. Hopper from dummy half scampers and makes a couple. Met by Bailey, met by Riddell and Donnelly, the entire front row wrapping up the winger. Trying to milk the penalty, Johnny Hopewadi. Tony Jensen plays the ball. Chad Randall to Danny Lima. Almost breaks the first. Some good meters for Lima. That is tackle number 4. Chad Randall out of dummy half. Inside the 40, it's not going to find the touchline. In fact, it finds to a metre Ben Hornby, who finds Hassan Saylor. He is wrestled, he is manhandled to the ground by Watmore. The Manly defensive line really testing Stephen Clark. They are creeping up very quickly from the nominated 10 metres. Riddell finds Bailey. Meets the advantage line. Some second phase football. Not the pass he was hoping for. Pressure on the Dragons. They lose 8 metres. Hornby with the ball. Tackled 4. Riddell settles things down by going from dummy half. He runs into his opposite number, Chad Randall. In fact, the entire Sea Eagles front row there on that occasion. Brett Furman finds Brendan Reeves. He almost goes looking for Lance Thompson in the line. Plenty of torque in that tackle. Trent Barrett with the assist. Scott Donald, former Parramatta Eel, calling the Northern Peninsula home in season 2003. Your try scorer, Ben McDougall, has tackled 28 metres out from his own line. That has tackled 3. The easy yards up the centre of the field are not there. Hopewadi. They search to the right-hand side. A late ball that time by Cannings.
Knocked on by St George, then Manly. Manly feed,
Manly loose, says referee Stephen Clark. They had the numbers there, Greg. They're unable to capitalise.
Hassan Saylor did a good job coming in, going for the intercept, getting a hand to it. That just stopped the Manly raid because they certainly did have the numbers down this right-hand side.
Arms over. Jason, I want you to bend your back, get in there. I'll call you out, Lance. Hold it there. Hold out.
Temper's starting to get a little testy around the scrum at the moment. Ben McDougall finds Donald one-on-one with Amos Roberts. Roberts wins that battle. McDougall for a little, Reeves should I say, for a little scamper up the blind. No territorial advantage there. Cannings onto the field. That his second hit up in the last 60 seconds. Tony Jensen runs 8, crawls 2, is pushed back 1.
No, I'd already called tackle. He wasn't going again. He was getting on the plate and he pushed him over.
He ran 8, Greg. As I said, he crawled a couple and he was pushed back by Luke Bailey. Referee Stephen Clark ruled it wasn't a dominant tackle at all. So the pressure firmly applied once again to the Dragons. Jason King charges into Mark Gasnier, up to the task, along with former captain Lance Thompson. Randall. Ferris to Menzies. The Beaver rolling up the sleeves. Centre field. Dawn was one of the big improvers last season. Still fair to say probably finding his feet after 3 games in 2003. Cannings like a bulldozer. Tackle number 4, 2 remaining. Chad Randall. They will get 6 again, the Sea Eagles. Safety first football. Cannings again. No room through the centre. They are within a metre. It goes to Hopewadi. The line up quickly. Cross, Riddell and Bailey leading the charge. The Manly back line is deep. It goes to Dawn. An inside ball. Tackle 4. The Dragons doing well to hold out Jason King. Again, they look to the left. Amos Roberts upends Ben McDougall and says you're not getting a second try that easy. All onside is the call. The lethal lottery is up. The ball has been stolen, and out of absolutely nowhere, the Eagles have found points.
Can we just check to see if that was a legal strip, please?
They've been watching Gordon Tallis videotapes. That is a carbon copy of Gordon Tallis on Paul Stringer a couple of weeks ago, Brandy. The Dragons and the Bunnies and the Broncos.
Well, we'll just have a look and see if there was 2 men. Did Luke Dawn put a hand on Ben Hornby before Kevin McGuinness stripped the ball and then offloaded to Anthony Watmore?
If ever there was a 50-50 call, this could well be it.
I've got no doubt that he took the ball before Luke Dawn placed a hand on him, so this should be a Manly try.
Do the Eagles hit the lead? They do. Try for the Seagulls, and we have a new leader here at Wynn Stadium. Peter Sharp asked and begged of his players for some commitment, some passion, some emotion and some drive. And after 20 minutes in the first half, he is getting exactly what he asked for.
Well, the Dragons did a terrific job in the line there of shepherding Ben Hornby. He had an easy mark on the ball. He just forgot to hang on to it. Kevin McGuinness, terrific work by Kevin McGuinness.
Penalised his ball security, Ferris, with his first of the afternoon, easy from in front. So at the quarter-way mark of this round 5 clash, it is the visiting Manly Seagulls 10, leading St George Illawarra 6. Confidence has been a buzzword around the Manly club for the past 7 days. Does confidence breed points? Jason King certainly hopes so. He's been sound for the visitors so far today. So too this man, John Hopewadi, looking to get the right arm free. He's not going to be able to slip a ball out of there. Matt Cooper, the famous white boots. Oh, King again, not shirking his responsibility. That's hit up number 6 for the front rower so far this afternoon. Trailing only John Hopewadi, who's certainly rolled his sleeves up. Tony Jensen goes back to Luke Dawn. A long right foot boot just out of the 40, so it's not a 40-20, but a good gain of metres, and again, the pressure back on the Dragons. Ben Hornby has been busy at the back and forced to do a lot of work along with Amos Roberts and Hassan Saylor. The back three from the Dragons with this big breeze tested to the limits, as we can see down on the sideline as the scrum pack. Solomon Hamono warming up.
Jason, you've got to bend your back to get in there. Hold it in. Hold it in there, Anthony. I'll call you out. Out!
And if it continues to get testy and physical, Hamono is just the man you want to stand alongside next to. Cooper finding room on the left-hand side. Taken nicely in the end by McGuinness, his opposite number. Riddell finds Ryan Tandy. His 3rd game of the season. Luke Bailey. Again, his number's fabulous. That is tackle number 5. It goes to Hornby. 3 option kickers, not including Mark Riddell. For the Dragons, they do have kickers everywhere. Makes it hard for the Manly defence to really apply the pressure to any one of those 4 men.
When you've got so many options in your kicking game, it certainly makes it hard for the chasers or to put pressure on those kickers. St George, good kick away then by Ben Hornby into this wind to get it down to the try line and make Manly work it out of their own end.
Aaron Cannings, jersey number 14. Taken 25 metres out. Ben McDougall finding room on the left. Easy yards for the centre 3-quarter. It goes back to Ferris. Outside the 40 again, but turns Amos Roberts around. A very good kick chase team. Hamono is on the field. And is the forward pack leading the defensive team, and Aaron Cannings, the chief tackler first time around. This partisan crowd pleading with referee Stephen Clark for a piggybacking penalty. Not to be at this stage. You can hear them, they are vocal in their support from this Eastern grandstand. Ryan Tandy playing the ball. Riddell. Plenty of size out there for the Seagulls at the moment. Hamono on. That is tackle 5. Playing expansive football. Trent Barrett has 1 grab and it has 2. He finds Mark Gaffney out wide. A beautiful flick to the captain. Barrett in his return. dead ball line, but some enterprising play from the Dragons.
Well, Trent Barrett looked up then and thought a kick might have been a better option because he saw Lance Thompson as his only inside man. But I tell you what, Lance Thompson had Jason Ferris covered then. Jason Ferris wasn't going to get to him. I think, have his time over again, Trent Barrett would have thrown that inside ball to Lance Thompson, who might have got to the try line.
A magical ball by Mark Gasnier. Really sparked the Dragons right up. They walk away from the green zone without any points yet again as Stephen Menzies works his way out from the line, 42 metres out as a matter of fact, tackled on the third. They go the blind side to Ben McDougall. Mark Gasnier again heavily involved. An omission from the 30-man preliminary Origin squad named earlier in the week, and Gasnier no doubt determined to stake his claim and prove Phil Gould and selectors wrong in leaving him out. A nice high ball, Matty Cooper's there, takes it nicely against the run of play, finds Hornby, who was half a foot away from a huge gap.
Coming over the top, you're walking over the top of him. Look, he didn't go to the side. He didn't go to the side rather than walk. I thought he walked over the top of him. Okay, well, it doesn't matter if he meant it or not. It's still slow to play the ball up.
Stephen Menzies playing the lawyer there for some of his Manly teammates, trying to mount an argument, not to be. Another attacking opportunity. Will start in Manly Seagulls' end of the ground. Dean Young onto the field. Son of Dragons legend, Craig Young, former international. And the kid is tough. There he is, a dummy half in jersey 16. A ball that goes in front of the face of Trent Barrett was picked up by Matt Cooper. This hasn't been a structured set of six, not what the Dragons needed. Tackle number 3. Sean Timmins, welcome back to NRL football. A horrible run through injury from the international. Barrett, an inside ball from Furman. A simple run around, but Stephen Clark didn't like it. Forward ball, he said.
Go on, just a quick one, just a quick one. Just get back that 10 out there, all right? Come back, make the effort and get back. Yeah, mate, doesn't matter if you're tired, we're all tired, better get back.
Oh, Hopper, you're so honest.
Hold it in, Lance, I'll call you out. Where's your lock? Get in there. Yeah.
You can see the errors there.
Hold it,
4 to 1
Out!
in favour of the Seagulls. Johnny Hopewadi packing in as substitute lock forward. Takes the ball from the scrum. 25 metres out. Brendan Reeves, some second phase football. Solomon Hamono gallops against his former club. Is that a drop first up? Yes, it is. Luke Bailey bruising in his 13th tackle already of the match. John Cross in there. Quite simply, Gregor, was poor ball security from the footballer, turned boxer, turned footballer. Hooper off one, tries to get round Kevin McGuinness. Not to be. Barrett finds Tandy, who in turn drops the ball.
Big hit by Solomon.
Fabulous hit. He was renowned for his defence early in his rugby league career before turning to professional boxing. There he is, hit up number 2. Holding on this time. Hamono short of a gallop as far as match fitness goes. This one has been a physical encounter. The pace has been quick too, Greg.
Has been a very quick game. Manly will be looking now to get a good kick away in this set of 6. They have made a couple of mistakes in their last set.
Canning's looking for support, unable to find it. That is tackle forward. Shad Randall to Jason Ferris. The chip ahead, turning the Dragons round. Hornby is there. Met by Watmore, met by Hopewadi. An enthusiastic line as Timmins breaks away down the blind side from dummy half. A very simple game plan, it seems, for the Dragons. In back play, we can see John Cross being taken from the field by one of the trainers. Certainly not the celebrations he would have liked for his 250th appearance. That's tackle 5, still unable to make the halfway line. Brett Verman will do it, but only just with a kick. It has been played at. Trent Barrett coming extremely close in a one-on-one foot race with Jason Ferris.
No, they still were up. They went up. They started going up. Exactly. They can't go until he plays it, Trent. That's it. You called him back. You called it yourself, Trent. You hadn't even played it, but they were already going up. That's exactly right.
Have you ever seen a referee change his mind, Greg?
Never.
There's John Cross, a sad and sorry figure, walking and a long walk from the other side of the field. Has he seen his last action for this afternoon? If body language is any indication, perhaps he has. Dominant tackle on the first. Trent Barrett looks up at the referee, Stephen Clark, almost pleading. 18, Luke Williamson. A Mono again. A big man, very strong. Hard to stop. A couple in on the tackle. Ferris. Dummies to Cannings. He finds him eventually. The ball playing forward. Is caught on what is the 4th tackle. It isn't 6 again. What more? This is the last. Ferris is on the left. They go to their half. Up goes the ball, not the kick they would have liked. McDougall.
No.
Johnny come lately. He misses out by a foot. So maybe they didn't walk away with points, Brandy, but this is the second best option. They get the ball back.
Yeah, they certainly wouldn't mind a repeat set. That's what they're going to get from this one. The kick came off the side of the foot, but it ended up being not a bad kick.
They lead by 10 with some 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half, and that lead of 4 for mine isn't enough to combat the win, and a horrible fundamental error by Aaron Cannings puts the Eagles on the back foot and the St George Illawarra fans on the front of their seats. Good opportunity to go for the water bottle. And there is John Cross, looking extremely dejected. Down at the feet, what is going through the mind on his 250th appearance? Trent Barrett making his way towards the halfway line. The Dragons through Bailey. This is the 3rd possession. Dean Young filling the hooking role with Mark Riddell. A well-earned break on the sideline. Sean Timmins is tackled. Lucky not to drop the pill. Tandy made a mistake earlier to put the pressure right back on his teammates. Good in that carry. Hornby to Barrett. A deft little chip. Reeves is there. So too Luke Williamson. Stephen Clark screaming at the top of his voice, play it, play it. Brendan Reeves does just that. John Hopewadi out of dummy half. A dummy to Kevin McGuinness. Big Hopper taken in a strong 4-man tackle. They're still unable to get into the ground. Hopper and Dean Young. Nose to nose in back play. Nothing comes of it. Chad Randall dummy half. Ferris. Good ball to Scott Donald. He has got plenty of pace. The Eagles are there in numbers. Donald decides to fly solo and pays the penalty for ignoring his support. Ferris. It should be a case of hands to the right. Menzies. Dawn. Chips ahead. Poor option. It's too long, and the Eagles have squandered a golden opportunity at points.
Terrific tackle by Ben Hornby. Luke Donald, a known flyer, had plenty of room to work in. Ben Hornby read it well. Just a couple of Dragons players in between Luke Donald and his support play made him hang on to that ball.
Again, in a very free-flowing encounter that has seen the Manly Seagulls dominate possession, but not field position. Lance Thompson dropping the ball. You will not see that very often from the Tyler second rower, and there is plenty of emotion in this Seagulls outfit. There is high fives everywhere. There's pats on the back. They are pumped up.
Ferris 6-3. The Dragons running into this stiff breeze certainly don't need to be making those sort of fundamental errors.
Completion rate of both sides. St George 13 from 18. Manly 15 from 19. It's good numbers. Just over 77%. Ferris to Watmore, who has been tireless in his work. Hit up number 6, Hopewadi again. Taken nicely by Timmins. Ferris, there is no support with the halfback this time round. Williamson there unable to be found. Chad Randall to the left. Luke Dawn, Hamono. One-on-one with Gaznia. Tackle number 5. Their options have been Port at 8. What can they produce? Luke Dawn. That's offside from the Dragons. Another 6. They're going to take the shot at goal, Greg, and whilst they do get the opportunity at more points, they still have the ball. It wasn't the option they were looking for, and that 5th play option, they just don't seem to have the direction or the communication working in their favour.
No, it hasn't been great, their 5th play option. Their kicking game, they've found the feet.
Got to get back. Yeah, got to get him to come back. He's not making the effort.
They've found the feet of the Dragons a number of times. Haven't been able to put it in the in-goal area. Fortunate in that time where Ryan Tandy was offside. They get the opportunity now for 2 points. I wonder if they should have gone for the 6.
And there you can see a very clear indication. The Seagulls flags flying, but that northerly breeze is a huge one here, right on the water, south coast of New South Wales. Ferris with the 2. The lead is now a converted try. The Manly Seagulls, who in the 36th minute lead 12 points to 6. They've got 3 3/4 minutes to do just that. The restart of play by Amos Roberts. We find Luke Dawn and Jason King asked to put his hand up. He has been solid for the Seagulls this afternoon. The commitment is there. John Hopewadi again dominating the statistics for the Manly backline. Luke Williamson, former centre, former 5'8", has bulked up and finds himself an integral part of the back row. Hamono. His work rate and work ethic has been good since coming on. Dawn. Looking at the possibility of a 40-20. It is a big, big kick, but bounces the wrong way. Ben Hornby. Amos Roberts. Nowhere to go. We talk about commitment, an 8-man Manly line. 60 metres downfield, trapping the Dragons within their 10 metres.
What Manly are doing too after their kicks, they are chasing hard, but they're also resetting their line very quickly, which makes it hard for the Dragons' little men, the dummy half runners, to make any ground. That puts the Dragons on the back foot from the start.
Tandy. This is Saylor. Tackle number 5. They go to the halfback, Brett Furman. A big boot. He will use that, and with the wind to a great advantage in the second 40 minutes. Brendan Reeves. Taken by Thompson. Taken by Gaznia. Scott Donald. Chad Randall, Jason Ferris, both steering the ship. The Manly attackers flat. They are being swamped by the Dragons line. Tackle 3.
The thing that is on for the Manly side, and they haven't had a go at it yet, with this strong wind at their back, Ben Hornby standing 30, possibly 40 metres back. The little one over the top has been on for the whole first half. Manly haven't tried it yet, and with a minute and a half to go.
A big kick from Jason Ferris. We stop for a timeout. Trent Barrett has been taken out.
John, it's got nothing to do with you. Just do yourself a favour and just leave the scene, mate. Take him away, James. Hang on, mate. Hang on.
It happens every...
Hang on, Steve. Hang on. Let me hear what you got to say, and then we'll deal with it, okay? Don't argue with anything you haven't heard him say yet.
Number 8 for Manly, he was running forward. St George player coming through, dropped his shoulder into him, put him on the ground.
That was him on Trent Barrett.
Yes.
Okay, can you give us a mark, please?
It happens every tackle, sir.
Well, mate,
Every kick down the line.
hang on, guys, hang on. Look, he's come on. He's reported what he saw. No, I didn't see it. That's what he saw. That's what he's giving the report on. So it'll be a penalty on you. Let's just calm it down. You can ask me a quick one. You hold your line, no problems. You hold your line, no problems.
Very clear instructions from referee Stephen Clark in his 201st first-grade appointment. And all of a sudden, with just under 90 seconds remaining, the pressure is firmly on the Sea Eagles. The crowd is behind the Dragons, and Lance Thompson charges ahead, tries to get the pass out the back, and Chad Randall there to happily accept it. The only problem for Thompson is Randall's wearing the opposition jersey. Hopewadi. He's been busy, he's also been vocal. Amono. Met by Tandy, met by Kite. Nice offload. There's numbers. Menzies. One wide to McDougall. They find Donald. No, they don't. Again, a matter of inches. There were numbers there, Greg Alexander, and that is the second time in a matter of 3 or 4 minutes they were unable to expose that weakness.
Yeah, 15 minutes ago we saw a great pass by Jason Ferris that put Scott Donald into some space. They tried to get it out there. That time Steve Menzies just couldn't get a good ball out to Ben McDougall, who struggled to get it out to Luke Donald, but it certainly was on out wide. What a nervous 15 seconds for the Manly Sea Eagles. That's not the siren, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Phantom. He is here at Wollongong. And the Dragons are desperate. This is their final charge of the first half. Young puts boot to ball. Brendan Reeves, no, it's not. Jason Ferris is there to put the ball out of play and effectively end the first half. Plenty of emotion shown by this Manly outfit. They lead 12 points to 6 at half-time. And we are underway with the second 40 minutes. Dangerously close to the touchline. That time around, the Seagulls will work their way back out of the red zone into a strong breeze. Jason King with a fabulous week in front of him as the 33-man New South Wales State of Origin squad gathers for their first team run tomorrow. Hopewadi make that hit up number 16 for the wing three-quarter. Williamson has been sound since coming on. The Dragons going into this match as firmer favourites as you can find in round number 5. That is tackle number 5, a structured set of 6. Luke Dawn with a nice kick downfield. I thought perhaps taken late. Neither of the touch judges or referee Stephen Clark taking any action. Thompson taken with the football. His early aggression has been controlled. Speaking of aggressive footballers, they don't get much more aggressive than Sean Timmins. And that's good metres from the former international. Gaznia finds Hornby, finds Barrett, and Kite in return. Saylor, perhaps the hint of a forward ball. It goes one wide to touch. Line ball there from the Dragons, not picked up by Stephen Clark. Furman. Dina. That is tackle 5. Barrett at dummy half, Furman on the right. Their combination still forming. Taken nicely, in goal. Luke Dawn filling in for fullback. Brendan Reeves was up in the line, diffusing a dangerous situation. Yeah, kicked not high enough for Bet Furman. Didn't give his teammates time enough to get under the ball. In the end, it was a pretty easy take by Brendan Reeves. They come out for a 20-metre restart, and Reeves carries on. Plenty of space as the fullback, taken in a jarring tackle by Mark Gaznia. He was unable to find John Hopewadi. Jason King, an inside ball from Chad Randall. 38 metres out, Randall again, heavily involved. Dawn, Williamson playing at centre. McGuinness on the right wing. Evasive, very fast, Kevin McGuinness. Tackle number 4. 30 metres out, this would be the dream start for the Sea Eagles. King again. Hit up number 11. Second only to John Hopewadi. Randall to Ferris. It's high.
It's far, far too long. The breeze getting a hold of that, and whilst we were critical of the Dragons in the opening 40 for their poor options on the final tackle, the Sea Eagles, Greg, have been just as guilty in that respect.
Well, they were in the first half too, and that's something they can't afford to be running into this win.
Lance Thompson is having a nightmare day. And compounding the issue, the Eagles are pumped.
What was that? All distorted.
A straight loss from the second row forward.
Find it in properly. Keep it in, Sean.
As the error rate starts to creep a little on the uncontrollable side for the Dragons.
Out!
An attacking opportunity they don't want to squander. Dawn, McGuinness drops it on the first. Matt Cooper with plenty of open space in front of him. Pushes off one, finds the support. What now, making the tackle on Brett Furman? Saylor, Hornby, Barrett. Timmins a couple wide. He has found some open spaces, Sean Timmins. On the inside is Amos Roberts. He tries to go straight through. Brendan Reeves is up to the challenge. The Eagles are in all sorts. Barrett, Furman, unable to get the ball free. There is numbers on the left if the Dragons can expose the weakness. It goes to their captain, who was looking at the line before he received the ball. And whilst it was scrappy, full credit, Greg, must go to that Manly defence. A, they scrambled well, and B, they were up quickly.
And they were able to shut off that. There was certainly some room on the left there. When it went to Trent Barrett, the numbers had slid across there. Barrett looked up, saw some faces in front of him, put the ball down. But great work, great lead-up work for the Dragons by Sean Timmins. Able to find some space.
I'll call it out, Lance. Oh, mate.
Timmins has been good since coming on.
Hold it. Hold. Out.
Hopper again putting his hand up. Will John Hopewadi be the surprise starter? In a Blues jersey in Origin 2003, will past sins be forgiven? Hamono slips before he gets to Hassan Saylor. Randall finding 7 or 8 easy metres before running into Luke Bailey and Nathan Tutt. That's tackle 4. Dawn. Inside ball to Williamson. Tackle number 5. Hornby a long way back. Ferris. You can see the ball being held up by the wind there. A nice kick, applying the pressure firmly to the fullback. He has Amos Roberts in support, unable to use him. Roberts moves into dummy half. Finds his centre partner, Mark Gasnier, who straight up the centre of the field. It's 2-on-1. Amos Roberts will be very difficult to stop from here. He has dropped the ball cold. There was not a player in sight,
well, look,
just the line.
I think Luke O'Donnell, Scott Donald would have run him down. I think Scott Donald had him there. You watch Amos now. Just has a little peek over his shoulders at Scott Donald. I think but he dropped it cold.
We have seen some things in this game in the opening 45 minutes we haven't seen in a long time in NRL football. And somehow the Manly Sea Eagles remain in control on the scoreboard. Brendan Reeves, who has been under pressure on several occasions in his return to NRL footy. What now? Hopewadi at dummy half. He will fly solo. Taken by Saylor. The 2 reserves, Tutt and Young, in there with the assist. Loves the chapters, Hopper. Williamson, straight up the centre. Hit up number 9. Goes to Ferris. It's a game of field position for the Eagles. Amos Roberts. Brought down inside his own 10-metre line. In fact, right on it by Ben McDougall and Scott Donald.
And the Eagles at the moment doing it better than what the Dragons did in the first half, running into this win.
Bailey, the go-forward man. They go to their front rower. Tutt. looking for some second phase play. All it did was create the mistake. A knock-on from the Dragons.
Hey? What about him?
In horrible field position, and Solomon Hamono responsible for the error.
16 St George. Scrum there, boys. Just want 16 St George.
With Mark Riddell on the paddock, Greg, a little
You got to get in there.
shift in the positional play
Out!
of the Dragons. Dean Young has gone into the second row. Lance Thompson to lock. Hopawati with the ball. 30 metres out. They've seen the majority of position and possession. McDougall, half a break down the left flank. Unable to find Scott Donald. It goes to Ferris. King, the inside runner. Menzies, the second man. He finds the ball. It goes back to Randall. To Lima. No sidestepping from Big Danny. 14 metres out. This is tackle 3. Second man ball to Kevin McGuinness. Unable to get round Hassan Saylor. Unable to control the football. Matt Cooper takes the pressure off the Dragons. Up and jamming the Manly defensive line. Big tackles. Greg win big matches.
At this stage of the game, it certainly will. And Manly's defence can't be faulted. It's been terrific in the first half. Amos Roberts, a golden opportunity, maybe disappeared a couple of minutes ago, but this game is getting physical.
Just stay out. Separate, boys. Separate out. John!
John Hopawati involved in absolutely everything.
Been told to stay on his wing, Hopper.
And his school teachers are still receiving psychiatric care. Wouldn't have he been the rogue school child?
Big kick by Thurman to put the Dragons inside the Manly half.
It starts to get testy, and Bailey is the man they look for.
That ball out of them.
A second ball on the footy field. It certainly stops the roll on the Dragons were enjoying. Luke Bailey doesn't want any of the nonsense. Neither this man, Nathan Tutt.
Dominant!
Solomon Hamono not on the field. Could it be a tactical ploy from Coach Peter Sharp if he knows things are getting testy out there to put the former heavyweight boxer back into the action? Furman. Barrett. Knock on. It's taken by Jason King from the Eagles.
Great tackle by Steve Menzies to read Trent Barrett running through the hole.
Brendan Reeves. An aggressive St George line. Brent Kite. Dean Young. Danny Lima, the low centre of gravity, hard to stop. Ben McDougall taking a little bit of the workload off his weary forwards. They've enjoyed 58% of possession. The Manly Seagulls, they lead by 6 on the scoreboard. A good three-man dominant tackle from the Dragons. That's the 4th. Ferris. Second man ball to Menzies, who the captain drops the pill. Peter Sharp ripping what's left of the hair out of his head. Lance Thompson holding the footy on this occasion. A good confidence builder for the second rower. Riddell hitting a good tackle. Thurman unable to control it. The error count is mounting at an alarming rate. "13 plays 8. Make it 13 plays 9.
Well, neither team wants to give themselves a chance of winning this game at the moment.
It's time to get back to the basics. Greg, I know it's an old cliche, but both these teams are lacking structure. They are lacking drive at the moment. They need to get back to 3 up the centre, then spin the ball.
Well, it's the second tackle now. The Dragons will want to get to 4 or 5 and put a good kick on. That's all. That's pretty simple.
Taken with the ball, Hornby. Riddell out of dummy half. He's dangerous when this starts. Extremely strong is the number 9. Furman looks to beat one. He can't beat the front row of Lima. Riddell again, dangerous, close to the line. A wide ball to Tutt. Inside. Matt Cooper finds the lane, and Wollongong celebrates. The difference is down to 2. We mentioned Mark Riddell and how dangerous he is, Greg, when he starts starting from dummy half. 2 in succession, he set up this 4-pointer.
Well, he set the tone for the set of 6. Good run out of dummy half, quick play the ball. That gave him an opportunity. Plenty of time to get out of dummy half, throw the wide ball out to Nathan Tutt, who did a fantastic job to get it inside to Matt Cooper.
There is a buzz around Wollongong, very rarely seen in NRL. Mark Riddell looking to make it 15 in a row and to level the scores with just over 26 minutes remaining. There's 2,000 Mark Riddells in the stand. He has hit it beautifully. We're locked at 12 at Wollongong. Game on the south coast. Look out, because here comes Luke Bailey. Gasnier at dummy half. Dean Young played hooker for the majority of the first half. He's now playing the running forward. Thompson. Safety first football from the second row. Gasnier trying to expose a weakness up the centre. Lucky not to be penalised, the Eagles. Furman, a nice long ball downfield. It must be said, Greg, that is the first time this half they have used this extreme breeze to their advantage.
I don't know how many times we've mentioned the strength of the breeze in this call, and they just haven't taken advantage of it, the Dragons, because basic errors. They're not getting to the 4th and 5th tackle.
Watmore, one of the try scorers here today. Aaron Canning's back on. His work rate was good in the opening 40.
Wait. Back here, Saint.
A water bottle on the field. Now a water bottle in the crowd. Over clubbing.
5.
Tackle 5. 40 metres out from their own line. They go to Luke Dawn. He doesn't get the kick away he would have liked, and Ben Hornby on the front foot attacking the football into the defensive line. Saylor.
2. Aaron Canning.
The Eagles just as pumped as their rivals here today. Brent Kite. Head down, backside up, but ball security's poor.
He lost it.
And there is Nathan Brown with his assistants, his trainers, his staff on the sideline. He is feeling every tackle, every run, and every comment from the partisan crowd. The error count again mounting. 14 for the Dragons. As you can see, 9 for the Sea Eagles. Dawn opts to go himself. The defence was up quickly. Lance Thompson defending out wide on the right-hand side, marking up on Ben McDougall. Brendan Reeves making sure the markers are wide awake. They are. Luke Bailey it was. Bailey with 17 tackles. Menzies has been strong again. Menzies finds Williamson. They are looking to hit back. On the inside it goes. Ben Walker finds the line for the Eagles. Heavily criticised in the opening 3 rounds. What a way to hit back at his critics. It has been said there's no pride in this jersey, that there's no commitment to the jersey.
Missed tackle there by Lance Thompson. Great ball from Stephen Menzies to Luke Williamson, who looked like he had the speed. A former 3-quarter, looked like he could have got to the line himself. Ben Hornby and Amos Roberts chopped him down with a couple of metres to go, but he turned the ball back inside. Benny Walker, who's just come onto the field, gets a very important 4-pointer for the Eagles.
And his first touch of the ball, and have a look how close. Oh, for a player low on confidence, he sure showed plenty. And doing it tough as Brownie, 29 years of age in his 4th first-grade game as coach. Ben Walker.
He's hooked a kickable one there.
A disappointing kick from a position a kicker like him should be throwing them over. So the difference is 4. 21 minutes remain. Lance Thompson gets a well-earned rest. Off we go again. A fabulous game here at Wollongong. It has got all the elements.
That's one. Here it is, Dragons.
Tackle number 1, Danny Lima. Ben McDougall, again, giving a rest to some of his bigger men. Aaron Canning's on the right, is the first recipient. Expect to see Solomon Hamono, I would suggest, over the next 5 or 6 minutes. The mousetrap, Hopper Whitey. The man with the ball, Chad Randall. In a close game, this could be a very telling statistic. Greg Manley with the advantage as far as interchange goes. Ben Hornby playing at the ball. And is tackled 22 metres out from his own line. John Cross back on the field. In the number 13 jersey, Amos Roberts. An inside ball to Brett Furman, who's taken nicely by his opposite number, Jason Ferris, in a dominant tackle. Timmins has been dangerous, but not this time. Met in a bone jarrer. Williamson, Menzies and Ferris. Hornby, the charge down is on. Chad Randall looking for the football. It ends up with Mark Riddell. That is tackle 1. Forced to work their way out from their line all over again. Furman is trapped.
Some real indecision there for the Dragons in their kicking game. Dummy half, not sure who wanted the ball. Ben Hornby got it, didn't have time to put in a good kick.
Cross. Taken on the shoulder. You can hear Stephen Clark in the background referring to John Hopawaides here. Roberts. 1 wide. Finds Brent Kite. Goes back to Furman. A long, long kick looking for the territorial advantage. It finds Brendan Reeves, who was able to make 10 or 12 very easy yards before being met by a 7-man St George Illawarra kick chase team. McGuinness, just the type of player you want in and around the rucks late in the game, trying to expose the weary legs of the big men up the centre. Lima. Williamson again. Has certainly given Coach Peter Sharp something to think about as far as the number on the back of his jersey is concerned. Numbers out this way for the Eagles. Ben Walker can't get it out. That is tackle 5. They go to Ferris. An improved performance from the halfback today. Roberts is taken by Ben McDougall as Jason Ferris slips over. Again, an enthusiastic chase. Sailor. Jolted by Danny Lima and Luke Williamson. 18 minutes remain at Wollongong. The difference is 4. The Eagles over the Dragons. A long way to home. Gasnier to Barrett. He was unaware he was getting the football, but makes some nice yards. Short of match fitness, short of a gallop as the 5'8", who was feeling it at the moment. An aggressive tackle by Watmore. Hornby, again used as the kicker. Comes down to Scott Donald. Takes it comfortably. Timmins. A dominant, aggressive tackle. Ryan Tandy. Nathan touched, I say, in that tackle. Hopawati is moving to dummy half. Again, taking the workload off. Hopper's been good. Ball security is poor from the wing 3 corner. He pays the penalty. Peter Sharp in the centre, Ian Thompson, CEO, Peter Peters, football manager. The Manly Brains Trust doing it hard in the stands. This is why.
Keep it in it. Out!
Gasnier, Cooper dancing around before he's met and stripped of the ball in a one-on-one tackle. Gasnier ends up with it. And breaks away from one, from two, from three, from four. It's 6 again. He's taken to the deck by Chad Randall. Barrett. What will the Aussie 5'8" produce? Can it be the match winner? Timmins. Furman. Charging from Randall. It'll be 6 again as Riddell picks up the scraps. Brushes off one, does the hooker. Taken by Menzies. 10 metres out, Roberts. Short ball across. His support play overran him. There were 2 there. Back towards the centre of the field. Trent Barrett again taken by Menzies. The captain drops the ball.
Just up here.
In back play, number 4's run out of the line with a specific intention of taking out a St George player who was running in support. He could have very well got into the play.
Okay, so he took him out here?
Yeah, just
okay.
How many took him out?
Hang on. That's what he said. He said you've taken it. Hang on, mate. He's reported that you've come in, you've taken a bloke out in back play, so it's going to be a penalty here to St George. Okay?
They taken it 3 times after his pass.
Well, after doing all the hard work and forcing a mistake from the Dragons with a spilt ball from Trent Barrett, they're going to have to do it all again, the Manly Sea Eagles.
You think Stephen Clark might be off Steve Menzies' Christmas card list? I would suggest so. The Dragons through Lance Thompson charge ahead. They've got 6 tackles to go. Hornby looking for support. Taken to the ground by Menzies. Ferris with the assist. Riddell. Furman with a forward ball. Ian Donnelly goes over. It was nothing more than all for show. A knock on from the Dragons. Again, Greg, early in the count. It is going to hurt them.
That's a mark for you.
Another quick play, the ball. Mark Riddell gets out quickly from dummy half. Brett Furman was under pressure. Probably a pass that he should have put behind him. He'd drawn the Manly defenders in by feigning to put Brett Furman in a hole. Should have thrown it out the back.
The pressure now firmly on the Sea Eagles. John Hopewadi, the first man up as they look to gain some type of field position, and they are not going to do it like that. Watmore on the second tackle, 12 metres from his line. All but hands. St George Illawarra, another set of 6. Stephen Clark for mine has been outstanding today.
Keep it in, Steve. Keep it in. Out.
He has settled the tempers down considerably. Matt Cooper
That's one.
looking for number 2. Thompson moves into dummy half. He'll have a gallop himself. He does. Centre field. Furman unaware the ball was going to him, and all of a sudden it's a Manly attack. Here goes Big Hopper. Luke Bailey in support. Kevin McGuinness the inside ball. Luke Bailey, is there anything he can't do?
Did well, the two front rowers.
So from looking like conceding possibly 4 points, the Sea Eagles are on the attack, 60 metres downfield. Hamono. Safety first football from the Sea Eagles early in the count. Walker. Inside ball to Ferris. Back to Ben Walker. Second phase football. Ben McDougall. McDougall in field. There is a yawning gap. Unable to expose it. Can he this time? Again, it's that man Bailey. It is a 12-man defensive line. One of the Dragons, 2 of the Dragons down in back play. McDougall. McGuinness.
Play on.
Play on. Watmore with the football. Watmore with easy yards. 11 metres out. Numbers to the left. Randall. Walker on the inside to Hamono. The Tongan torpedo. Tackle 5. Numbers left. Randall. A deft little chip. Ferris is there. Is this going to be the first win for the Eagles for It very well could be. What an emotion-charged day at Wollongong.
Well, you're right about the numbers. They had them out to the left. Chad Randall couldn't get the ball out from dummy half quick enough for them to take advantage of it. The Dragons line up very quick. Put a lovely little kick in behind the Dragons line. Jason Ferris onside, scoring the try, which with 12 minutes to go could be a match winner for the Eagles and get their first win of the season.
They look a devastated unit, the St George Illawarra Dragons. Williams still behind the line. Walker adds the 2. They move one step closer to their first victory of the year. They lead by 10. 11 minutes remain. He is doing it tough, is Peter Sharp. He has aged a decade in a week, but it's a long time in rugby league. Jason King charging onto the football. The crowd topping 13,000 here on the south coast. And a good percentage of them in support of the Dragons. Look like at this stage they will go home disappointed.
Terrific run from dummy half again by
Watmow. Out in open space. Will Hornby catch him? He will, but he won't catch McGuinness. Ben Walker will collect his second. And if the last try didn't confirm it, this one does. The Eagles win their first game in 2003.
Plenty, I was just about to say another great run, which was his 25th dummy half run from John Hopewadi. Half split the Dragons' defensive line, got a quick play the ball. Anthony Watmow found some space in behind the play the ball area. Ben Hornby ran him down. Beautiful little pass back inside to Kevin McGuinness. Looked like he was taken by the Dragons player and was able to pop one to Ben Walker, who scored 2 tries and 2 very important tries for the Manly club.
And hasn't he loved every minute of it? They are back, the Sea Eagles. They are back.
I don't know about his score. The first time he nearly put it dead. The second time he nearly put it or back in the field of play. So
he's getting it where the 4 points are awarded. As the Dragons faithful now start the lonely march out of Wynn Stadium. Their heroes have been unable to come up with the goods here in round 5.
Showed some real grit, the Manly side. When the Dragons scored their try to bring the game square at 12 all, they were really pumped up. Nathan Brown pulled the experienced players across to the sideline, gave them a rev up, and it did look like the Dragons were gaining the ascendancy. But to credit to the Manly side, they hung in there. They forced some mistakes from the Dragons, who have made plenty of them, and now run out, well, with just under 10 minutes to go, will run out winners in this game.
Peter Sharp has been up and down and jumping around the coach's box like the Energizer battery for the last 40 minutes. The Eagles retain control, they retain possession. 9 minutes to go, they lead by 16. In a dominating second half performance against the odds, Hamono.
Into what you would say was a 10 to 12 point breeze.
Hit up number 11 for Hamono, and this is 26 for Hopewadi. Exceptional numbers for the former bad boy of the game, Luke Williamson. Tackled by Thompson, tackled by Barrett. Randall with another kick. He caused problems first time around. Mark Riddell to clean up the back of the line. Gaznia had support, opted to go himself. 40 metres out from the try line. It is 5 tries to 2 in favour of the Manly Sea Eagles. Dell to Thompson. And he has had a day he would rather forget, Lance Thompson. It has been a nightmare. Jason Ferris, exceptionally, has motivated his side all day long.
He's been constantly revving the Manly side up after they've made a good play. Lance Thompson disappointed in his day. Not very often you see a man of his experience put so many balls down.
Keep it in, Sean.
A great footballer and a great bloke off the field, Lance Thompson, and very few men wear their heart on their sleeve as much as the fiery redhead, and he will be devastated with his performance today. Reeves plays the ball to McGuinness. Again, safety football. They're going to close this one down, the Seagulls. It's not going to be pretty. The final 7 minutes here at Wynn Stadium. Hopewadi on tackle 3.
We spoke about how important it was for the Manly side to turn around what happened last week at their home ground, Brookvale Oval. And they've certainly done that. The commitment has been there where it wasn't last week. Peter Sharp has got his men ready to play this week. They've come down to Wynn Stadium, to a ground where it is very hard to get a win from an away side. They've only lost 1 from 11. This will make it 2 from 12.
Ben Walker has been a good option and taken out of play. The penalty goes to the Eagles. When things are going bad, they go horrible. And the Dragons are experiencing that at the moment.
I know the Dragons are under a new coaching staff, but if you look at their results from last year in 2002, when they were trailing at half-time, which they were today, 12-6, they only won once, and they were beaten 7 times. So that trend has continued today.
What a contrast to 7 days ago at Brookvale Oval, when the Seagulls were beaten 38 points to 12 by the West Tigers.
And Steve Menzies did say through the week it was his darkest day at Brookvale that he could remember. And look, I'm sure everyone concerned with the Manly club were hugely let down. What went on last week at Brookie?
Manly chairman Paul Horton, I spoke to during the week, admitted he hadn't cried in 15 years and was on the edge of shedding a tear during that massacre. But the club would be smiling as one watching this around Australia at the moment. It may not have been the prettiest game, but the result is 2 points. The restart from Brett Furman finds Brendan Reeves. Aaron Cannings, he's been busy and hard to stop. Carries them 8 metres on his back up to the halfway line. That is tackle number 1. Watmore, one of the try scorers. Again, the mousetrap. John Hopewadi and Chad Randall working as a team. Tony Jensen, just over 5 minutes remaining. Hopper to Williamson. Almost got the ball to Ben Walker, who's looking for a hat-trick. Ferris, a deft little chip. Trying to play field position. The territorial advantage goes to the Eagles. Hassan Saylor trapped in goal by an enthusiastic Kevin McGuinness.
Well, this final 20 just has been all Manly.
Well, little Buddha feeling the pinch. He's been good today. The numbers are good. In fact, the numbers and the statistics spread across the Seagulls outfit has been well shared. Menzies, inspirational from the front. Ben McDougall runs into Lance Thompson. Mark Gasnier falling off the tackle. Another attacking opportunity. This is the second. Jensen, taken by Bailey. Young there too. Williamson runs the decoy, goes from Ferris to Walker. Cannings. Only had to reach out. Chad Randall finds the line. Just reward for a strong game. And the Eagles have dominated this second 40 minutes. And doesn't a picture tell 1,000 words? Smiles all round from the Silvertails.
This is the Dragons' biggest loss of the season too. They've only won one game, they're 2 losses, but there's only been 4 points in it in both those losses. So today's effort for 60 minutes, they are right in the game. This last 20 has been all the Manly Sea Eagles.
Second-generation footballer for that smiling face, Chad Randall, whose father, one of the greats and one of the toughest ever to lace on a boot, Terry Randall, is sitting down in the Manly dugout here today, and he would be enjoying what he's seen.
And it's his first NRL try for Chad Randall.
Ben Walker has had an impact since coming on. 50% today, 71 for the season, even better over his career. All too easy for Ben Walker. And all of a sudden the scoreline has blown out to something many thought would be impossible. 34 points to 12. The Manly Sea Eagles, 2.5 minutes away from recording their first win of season 2003. Mark Riddell with a restart. He's had a few of them today. Far too many for his liking. Cannings. The Dragons line is still moving up as one. It certainly doesn't have the intensity it did earlier on in the game. They know this one's gone. The volume of mistakes that they made in attacking opportunities, they've made 17 errors in total, has eventually told, and they have paid a very hefty price.
We did speak about that at half-time. It didn't matter whether the Dragons had the breeze behind their back, and the strong breeze it is. Continuous drop balls.
Brendan Reeves has found open space. McGuinness, unable to control the football, which looked like it could have been try number 7 for the boys from the Peninsula. Outside of his man Reeves, and McGuinness just not enough room to work in.
And for the first time this year, Manly look like they're enjoying their football.
Hold in there, Steve.
Far more enjoyable when you're winning, and they are doing it nicely. Barrett. What a frustrating day it has been for the Australian 5'8". Gaznia. Good in spots as the centre three-quarter. Thompson. Pushing one, pushing two, Lance Thompson. Receives an applause from the crowd, perhaps for holding on to the footy. That's Ian Donnelly. Mark Riddell, a dummy half, finds Barrett on the left-hand side. 30 seconds remaining. And they are playing it down. They are watching the clock, the Manly Sea Eagles. They want to celebrate this win. And what better way to celebrate a win than a long-range try to the bad boy, John Hopewadi, mimicking, mocking, talking and scoring. And ultimately smiling.
Well, he knows how to rub it in, Hopper. Just a fantastic game.
Look at the smiles on the faces of the Manly Sea Eagles. They are victorious against the odds after a nightmare week. Expansive football, but the action hasn't started. Hopewadi's run 40, 50. Here it goes. He is dancing to the beat of a far different drum, that man. Peter Sharp, you enjoy a beer tonight. You thoroughly deserve it.
And his captain's been great too. Steve Menzies certainly done a mountain of work in defence. Set up that try, Ben Walker's first try.
Benny Walker looking to finish on a bright note. He doesn't. It was simply mathematical. Their first win of season 2003, and they walk away from Wollongong victorious, 38 points to 12 over the St George Illawarra Dragons.
This has been a Fox Sports production for the National Rugby League Partnership.